Hello, everybody, and welcome to the StartUp Ballymun Facebook page in what is Local Enterprise Week. My name is Liam Barry, and I'm Economic Development Officer for Dublin City Council in the Ballymun area office. I'm joined by Debbie Crowley, owner of Funky Monkey Foods. Debbie is from Ballymun and is Ballymun's answer to the happy pair. Debbie, thanks very much for joining us. You might just take us back to the start and tell us a little bit about yourself and how Funky Monkey Foods came about.
Hello everyone, I'm Debbie, Funky Monkey Foods. I set up Funky Monkey Foods in 2017. The whole purpose of it was I was trying to earn extra cash selling food on Facebook, trying to put my daughter through college. And like a lot of people struggling to make ends meet, I started selling food on Facebook, and from there I went through the Super Value Musgrave Food Academy, which gave me a lot of opportunities and open doors for me and showed me actually how to set up a business and how to manufacture my food properly and get all the proper nutrition information, all that sort of stuff on it. So I went through all the rigmarole of that, even though I didn't understand the majority of it. But like that, I'm as thick as our boots. So I kind of plodded along, and as I was going along, there's nothing like hands-on work. Like, you're going to learn as you go along if you stick with it. So once I finished the Food Academy, I started getting my products into Super Value. This Food Academy program was 6 months, a 10th business course. And then I started going to Super Values, getting my products into Super Value. So after that, it went from there, and I started getting into Eurospar, Macelon, and all them sort of shops. But like that was going from basically driving around in the car every single day that I wasn't cooking. I was in the car out delivering, trying to make sales, the whole lot. And at the very beginning, I was on my own. Then my husband started helping me out. So it was the two of us on the road with little fella in the back of the car. Literally 7 days a week we went, 18 hours a day, no sleep. There was no rest whatsoever, just exhausted. And we felt like throwing in the towel 101 times. But by the time we got to that point, both of us had given up our daytime jobs. So we had nothing to fall back on, with no money behind us. We had nothing. So we basically worked without a wage for 2.5 years, the guts of 2.5 years. We'd be out on the road, the car would be breaking down. My husband had his toolbox in the car, constantly fixing the car on the side of the motorway. Like, that's how bad things got. But look, we stuck her out and we got there in the end. And then we applied for the Grow Aldi program, which we're currently in now, which is, we're at to get an extension on our contract with them, which is great. But the Grow Aldi program was a huge one for us because it was that was actually life-changing. We started cooking in our kitchen at home. We went from there to a rented kitchen in Churchtown, which is quite expensive. But if you're in food production, you're going to pay at least €85 a day just to rent out, and that's the going rate of them. And from there, I found a kitchen. It was actually Liam himself that put me onto this kitchen. It was up at Poppentry Sports Complex.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, which I spent another year at, which was well affordable, and I was able to kind of build up my company a little bit from there. And from there, I've actually built my own premises. I actually have the whole top of a warehouse hired out, which is basically just brick wall when we moved into it. And we kitted the whole kitchen out. We've everything up here. We've a packing room. We've our own kitchen, all our own equipment. Everything up here is mine. So we're actually doing really well at the moment. So the point that we're at now is just branching out into bigger and better things. Like, we're going to go on to Dunn's and Tesco's and Lidl, and well, that's the plan anyway. And our products are, at the moment, our curry sauce and the salt and chili spice bag seasoning. And we have a prototype of, I have to hide the top of the balloons because we found out that we can't use the top part, but these are kind of like a new product that we have out there. Yeah, you know, the instant noodles, and we'll be doing them in a pot size, in a pot one as well. So sorry about that. I was just excited to show you all me new
fresh
product.
off the shelf, exclusive, exclusive pre-launch insight.
That's
And like you've really, I remember meeting you back in 2016 when I think you were making the curry sauce in your home kitchen, and you had been given it to, you know, making it for family and friends, and the feedback was really good. And I think it'd be fair to say that back then you knew you had, you know, you knew you had the embers of a business there, but you just did not know where to turn because it was just all new to you, and it was, you know, quite daunting in terms of, you know, what you needed to do to get the business off the ground, and I suppose, and you've come a long way, you know, in the last 5 years. And, you know, I guess just listening there to your journey and the level of, I guess, you know, time and commitment and what it takes to get, like, is there any, you know, nuggets of advice you would give to anybody, you know, looking to start up a food business or any business? What would be the key learnings that you would share?
Well, from where I came from, because I left school at 15, so I basically had nothing behind me. Like when I went into this, I went in, my eyes totally closed. So the first place I went to was, you know, the Northwest, Dublin Northwest
Area Partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I met two guys there. There was a guy called Shane Callahan and another guy called Paul Henley. That's who it was.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of them could have been any more helpful to me. And I went in there and they were sitting there and they were talking to me. And I remember, what's his name? Shane saying to me, he says, "You've no idea what I'm talking about, have you?" And I went, "Nope." And he says, "Okay." So he sat there with me and he broke every single thing down for me. And he went through step by step by step. And wherever I didn't understand, he put me on, I went on, done a couple of little courses, like basic starter courses, because I was completely lost. And even then it was daunting to me. And then from there, they were kind of encouraging me to go to the local enterprise office and things like that. And at first I was kind of, because I didn't know anything basically, and I was afraid to ask questions of how do I do this and how do I do that and what does this mean and that what's that mean. And then even though I didn't know all the stuff, I got the courage up anyway, and I went to these places. And there's actually people that are in these places that were kind of coming from the same place as me and thought like, well, she knows absolutely nothing. We'll sit her in on our own. We're not going to embarrass her in front of a crowd of people. We'll sit, we'll have a chat with her, see how she adapts to taking things in. And that's basically what he done with me. And even now, like, I have certain people like in the local enterprise and things like that I can ring up and they just get me straight away. Like the way I speak, like they just get me. There's no, well, sorry, I don't know what you mean, or you have to use this phrase, or you have to speak this way, you have to speak that way, you have to use the proper terms. They don't expect that from me. They just kind of take me as I am and they go, "Okay, Deb, we know what you're looking for. We can help you here. We can help you there. I'm going to put you onto this person." And I had no idea these people could ever be so helpful to me. Do you know what I mean? At first, like, I was terrified to near them. But I will say, anybody starting up their own business, they would be the people to go to. Don't be afraid to ask them for help and just go to them, because there's always someone there that's going to see you. Do you know what I mean? And take you for what you are and understand where you're coming from. And they are there to help. Like, it's not all only about getting grants and stuff like that. There's so many courses that can be done, and they've helped me tremendously now. I can't express enough the amount of help.
The key is, you know, engage with the enterprise support services early doors. Don't have any sort of inferiority complex, because no matter where you're from or who you are, if you're starting up a business, you're in the same boat. You're starting from scratch, and it's a learning process along the way.
And take any help that's being offered to you. Like, don't be afraid thinking, "Oh, this person knows this and this person knows that and I don't know." Just go for it. And sure, if you don't know, ask the question. Don't ever be afraid to ask the question. Just pop it out there. They'll either laugh at you or tell you to go away, you know, or they'll help you in some way.
And I'm sure it wasn't all plain sailing. Is there? You mentioned there was times you felt like throwing in the towel. Like, give us some sense of what is required, sort of mentally and all the rest to get a business up and running. Like, I mean, what traits or characteristics do you need to possess, really, if you're serious about setting up your own business from scratch, in your view?
Right, from my view and people that I've come across since I've started a business, and the amount of people I've come across that have tried to either rip me off or double cross me or some sort, and the people that always come back to me are people that they come across, just be honest with people, be nice to people, be good to people, because it always comes back to you. Like, you can try and rip off as many people as you can and come out on top at the beginning, but it always ends up falling back to you. And I think if you're outgoing and you're friendly to people, you respect people, don't disrespect people. I've been disrespected so many times in the past few years, I couldn't even write down the amount of times. But I think just respecting people is probably the best way to go, and they will come back to you. They always do. They say, "Oh, she's a nice girl," or "Oh yeah, I don't mind helping her." And I think it's like that anyway in life, isn't it? It's
exactly.
Just respect people, respect back.
So, Funky Monkey Foods today. Give us a sense of the products that you have, where you can be found.
Our curry sauce and our salt and chili, they're the only ones that we actually have on the shop shelves at the moment. And you can find them in Super Value, Centra, Eurospar, Mace, Londis, Fresh Today, Aldi nationwide. Yeah, so we're getting there, and hopefully now, please God, May, we'll have our noodles out.
Okay.
Up and running.
And you manufacture everything. Your manufacturing distribution is all done from your unit, or what's your structure?
Yeah, it's all done in-house.
All done in-house. And how many people are you employing at the moment?
Well, we have there's a team of accountants, and there's three accountants and that downstairs. I have 3 lads working in the kitchen with me, and there's 6 lads on the road doing van deliveries.
I mean, that's just incredible. From again, just from the time that I first met you, I think it was 2016, to where we are now, it's an inspirational journey. And you've been nominated for an award recently, I believe. Can you want to tell us a little bit about that and how we can support you?
Well, I got a couple of awards. The last award I got last year, what year? That was 2020. Yeah, September 2020.
You need a new wall, do you, to hang them on? You need to make some space for them.
I have a pile of certificates over there, all waiting to be hung up.
The trick is to have them in the background as well, Debbie. When you're on these calls, so that we can all see them.
I give you a look. There's a few of them up there. I can't see them.
Excellent, amazing.
But that we won gold in the Blossom Aaron Awards in 2020, September 2020. And then now we're finalists in the SFA, Small Firms Association, for Best Upcoming Business. So
brilliant. Well, best of luck. Look, Debbie, thanks very much for joining us. It was lovely talking to you. Nice quick catch up. Hopefully we'll get to meet again in the flesh soon. And best of luck in your future endeavours. Okay, take care.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye. Bye.
So that was Debbie Crowley, owner of Funky Monkey Foods. If you'd like to hear more similar stories to Debbie's, do follow us on Facebook page or Twitter, and keep an eye out for our spring event, which will be announced soon. So that's really it for me. I would just like to wish my friends and partners in the local enterprise office, who are busy showcasing a number of virtual business support events as part of Local Enterprise Week. And if you would like to find out more about the different events that are taking place around the country, you should visit Local Enterprise Week, and you'll find out all you need to know there. Thanks very much.